Shut up. Okay. Then after that, this should. Venom is also playing in the background, so. Doesn't work. Well. And we're. There we go. Yes, it is working. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the intermission stream. The intermission stream here is going to have just a general overview, kind of an assessment on my work, and yep, that's about. Oh God. Okay. Fine. 49 unread messages. Oh man. Oh. I just. What did you? Oh. That's interesting. The animations. Don't worry, Retro. You seem to be good with circuitry, so I'm probably gonna need your help for that one. No, it's a little late for that rec room. Damn. Anyway. I don't suppose. Please don't. Okay. Hot rooms, new, originals, playing. Sure. I'll show you guys the new lobby. Allow me to show you the fun lobby. And a lot of the work that I have done off camera today. Allow me to show you. Because I have done a lot. A lot, so much of lot. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Why is this like this? I'm not even in the right... Huh. Oh. Oh, hold on. Is this also set as an entry? That would explain it. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, let's try this again. Retro, I have no money. And I don't have films. Well, I don't really see a need to give films, but I likely don't have any black and white films. So. Also, let's see if I can actually get the lobby to show up here. Stay hydrated. I have V8. Here we go. So if you can see it already, that light is off now. Thank you. So that light is off now. These chairs can't be sat in, so that way it doesn't send somebody to the realm below. But these two can, because they're actually upright. And then I'll stay here for maybe 10, 30 or so seconds to stop it. I'll stay here for a few seconds if you guys can notice what's different. 30 or so seconds to the comments. Now why would that be? Now why would that be? That concerns me. You know that concerns me. I'm still watching. Hey Paige, welcome to the stream. Oh god. Okay. We're good. Arsony. Welcome to the stream. It's more like fucking. I mean, this has always been the same. But I'll let you guys see if you spot the difference of particularly the peculiar gifts. And anyway, welcome to the stream again, Paige, now that I can actually speak. This is a map I'm making, if you can't tell the title. And yeah, so far I've made all of the models for the animatronics and the player model. And I have the locker already done, and I have the recharge done. I did those around my first I guess my first push on the project. And yeah, so far I'm killing it. Figuratively. I should say figuratively, because YouTube's algorithm is Are we a minute in? Obviously, bitch. Actually, Retro, you will be surprised, because aside from the boxes, I will say it's not the puppet. I'm gonna bust this door down. Ta-da! Aside from the boxes, I will say it's not the puppet. I'm gonna bust this door down. Ta-da! So I have the text always facing the user. Yep. And it's the update log. So whenever I make any major or noteworthy updates or changes to the game as a whole, or maybe even just the lobby, this is where it's gonna be. I'm not going to explain that. It's very funny when you know it. Have fun. Have fun. And the door over here is not unlocked because that is going to be how you... This is basically the intro of the game. And then there's going to be a main menu or something after you use the purple door. Or the purple beacon door or whatever. And then that will take you to the area where you can go to like game modes, where you can look at extras where you can do this and that. Yeah. So, in the door I am referring to. Update board for updates. That's what the update log is, Mr. Retro. Watch this. Ready? I love it. I'm gonna slow down a bit. Watch this. Watch this. Oh yeah. The fact that neon actually gets redder the further you are away from it until it fades away. And then you just can so much as inch forward and it looks awesome. Yeah, anyway, that's to my other map. That's to your dorm room. And this is the door that I talked about. So this door will loop you back up top, but when it's done, it'll send you to the equivalent of the main menu, shall I say. But you just... Oh, it doesn't loop you back up top. Okay, didn't know that. Anyways. Now for the fun stuff here. So, if I go to my lovely little portfolio, holy crap, I have gained XP since the last time I looked. Oh yeah, there's the PFP. Anyway, announcements. I should be able to do it this way. Yep, okay. So, if you can see from those previews, they're done. I'm going to go over the me being, you know, for me being back here. It's been ages and I'm finally back now. I got record marking, slow but gradual return, long and awkward updates, yada yada, same stuff. Then after I had the idea for the project, this came along. The invention called the Peculiar Gift. The customizable Peculiar Gift is now available in the Invention Store, and it also will have many appearances in an upcoming map. That is when I first had the idea for this project. Now, this is where it got real. Oh, I can't do the zoom in anymore. Damn. Anyway. So this is actually... Wait, watch the fade out? Yes. What? Huh. Did not know it does that. Okay, anyway. What the? Oh. That would explain why I just went face to face with the door again. Okay. Yeah, me and Bonzi were here last, so it's on me. Okay, now that that's fixed again. This poor timing, chap. Exact same corner. And this will help spot the difference. Look at the image. Gonna swap it. Look at the image real close. 3, 2, 1. Anything look different? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'll let you guys plot about that one while I save the room really quick. Oh, Delta got it. So each gift box represents one of the animatronics, like you said earlier. But that one is for Freddy in the order of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy in the boxes. Those represent the phases of development. Every phase of development, I'll say, is when a box will open. Now that all the models are done, one's open. One of them is going to be for when the gallery or main menu is working. Then one is going to be at least a map. And then the final one will be when there's an actually working game mode. And I'll try and squeak some extra things in between the updates so that way the phases are more drawn out. Like maybe this one will be for the gallery, this one will be for an actual game mode, maybe this one will be for both. I don't know. But regardless, they represent the phases of development. Good stuff. Okay, now that that's saved, back to the fun stuff. Let's get back here. Boom. I have that song stuck in my head. It clipped. Boom. Okay. This is the next announcement, which for the sake of the text, I'll go back here. Okay. Which this link down here is to the first video in the playlist, the concept video. Right here is the first bit of dialogue. Can I have co-owner? When the time comes for setting up the circuitry and stuff, I will make sure you get the abilities of co-owner. Okay, yep, there's the first one done. And the next step in progress, when I got the lobby completed, I'll scroll down for the text. And I'll just... You guys can also pause the stream and read these and catch up right after if you want. But at this, I guess I can just stall and talk. So at this point, I was starting to get a feel for what was... There it is! Delta knows it. Delta knows it. Delta knows the song. The sleep deprivation is gonna hit hard tonight. So, at this point I was already coming up with concepts for what different maps could be, what the animatronics could look like. And I want to say it was right around this time or the first announcement when I drew them on paper. Because paper... I had... Oh, well no. Before I made the peculiar gift, I had the paper ones drawn. So that's where this comes from. One that first promoted the room, and I threw in some pretty random Five Nights at Freddy's stuff for the thumbnail. Is that what they call it? Whatever it is, the picture of the room and the announcements. So, because I only had Streamline Ballora as my Five Nights at Freddy's model, meaning the only one I've ever made at that point, I kind of had to improvise after I threw myself on there and Ballora on there. So then I looked around and I found this incredibly detailed spring trap like different mask and eyelid components and all. Endoskeletons fully detailed. It's wild by the user, not your voice. And I threw that on there with the credits that are due because that was a really cool model. And yeah. And then the text is supposed to be like the start of the lore for the announcements, which the announcements would pretty much make up the prologue. So, this one would be the character calling who would be the player, or at least the official quote-unquote player, and saying, hey, look, I found this place, so I'm gonna go and check it out. And, oh, I also met this person, and they're friendly, and yada-da. And the chain shifting, and the doors, whatever, that actually references the lobby, because it's supposed to be these doors. My favorite animatronic, of the designs for the scrapped animatronics that are here, or do you mean just overall in FNAF? Because I have one for each game, in which this is the, yep. And the next announcement, it's gonna, yep, send me all the way to the top. Lovely. Oh yes, I see. Oh god, I'm falling. Okay, I'm okay. We're good. Okay. Anyway, this is the first model that I ever made, and now the question is, Sun and Run Daycare. I assume that's important, so I'll remember that retro. And overall, I'll say, in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, they're all the classics. I don't really have a favorite in that one. For Five Nights at Freddy's 2, I would say the idea of Mangle is pretty neat, and the puppet. But there's also, what was it? The idea of the withered animatronics was cool. In Five Nights at Freddy's 3, I might go with Phantom Freddy, mainly because I actually based Scrapped Freddy's pose off of Phantom Freddy's, and I kept saying Withered Freddy because I thought that's who it was, but I was wrong. In FNAF 4, I would say Jacko Chica, just for the design alone. It's really neat. And the fact the cupcake is a jack-o'-lantern just makes it all the better. FNAF 5, I would say Ballora, also for the sake of the unique design, since we haven't really gotten a metal ballet dancer that can do the Exorcist walk. And then FNAF 6, I would maybe say Molten Freddy or Scrap Baby. For at least the main animatronics. My favorite one of them all, because of the design and potential, would be the security puppet. Then in Ultimate Custom Night, that really just has everybody, but since I already said Jacko Chica, I'll say Nightmarion, just because I know he's in FNAF 4's Halloween update as, I think, a replacement for Nightmare, but it counts. And in Security Breach, Claremont Chica is something. And Roxy is just hilarious because the memes on Roxy are too goddamn funny. And that is the only reason it became one of my favorites from that game. And not to forget about Monty or Freddy, but that would be my call there. And for Ruin, and you know what? For Ruin, I'm also gonna say Roxy again because the character development. Roxy in Ruin actually had some compassion for Cassidy. That's her name. Which I bet MatPat's already on the on the lore hole with trying to figure out if the one who shouldn't have been killed was or if the security breach Cassie is the same as the Golden Freddy Cassie, put it that way. And then I'll throw in the joy of creation and say I love Ignited Bonnie just because he is literally the punchy boy. Actually, the Mimic's costume, I don't know if you could tell. For me, it looks way more similar to Gregory than it does a lion. It looks way more similar to that. I mean, the hair, the stripes. That's it. Hey, you asked. I'm sorry. And about Ignited Bonnie, I just love how when you catch him, he punches your teeth into the next time zone. And also, I will say this, Retro, it's a secret to get it with the costume, so you don't have to worry about that being a spoiler. But, yeah, it's not really a spoiler, it just unlocks a new ending, and that's about it. I'm not gonna spoil the ending. I'm just gonna say if it has the costume, you have access to the ending. And there you go. And back to the main topic of the announcements, having lore to them. Because Bonnie is the first model that I made, and I figured why not start the story there. So it's mainly getting in there, getting situated, and then Bonnie having, I guess, his first canon encounter in the prologue. Then the one after it is just a general progress thing and another promo. And it's also a nod to there being tasks because of the generators that I mentioned here. And I capitalized them to try and help it stand out. And then I made Freddy. We've seen his model on stream before, but here's the text. This one in general, while chat is reading it, is oh yeah, the general basis is, hey, we're doing good. Oh wait, what was that? Oh god, go. And it's basically the first chase with Freddy, and canonically learning that's Freddy. And it actually, instead of being an overview about him, is actually a way to avoid him. So you can jump in a hiding spot, or you can jump in a hiding spot, or you can use the vents to slow him down. Then I made Foxy, which I'll let the, although it's kind of fuzzy unfortunately, I'll let the image speak for itself. The general basis of this one is oh yeah, it's the docks. So this one, instead of hinting to something about Foxy, it reveals his gimmick with the trick station rapidly approaching, gotta run, and then the sudden click. It's supposed to be like, he's fast if you fall for a trick recharge, and it mentions the docks because there is going to be a special map that Foxy is pretty much guaranteed to be on. Each of them will have their own. Each animatronic has their own maps, and some of them have one or two, some are just one. And the fact that Chica has about 28% to her is, yeah. Yeah. Anyway. And then for Chica, it's also technically a size comparison because this is the player model, which is about the same size as a Rec Room person. So she ended up being massive. And if I could zoom in, I would, but needless to say, that, yeah. Also, the fact with how massive she is was completely unintentional. Oh, Christ. And here's the text. It's pretty much taking place in a safe spot, a safe zone, I mean, as mentioned right here, where it's like, good, things are calmed down. Hey, guess what? I have good news. And then it's actually a reference to one of Chica's future ambush animations where, whether laying on her back or stomach, I don't know, but she'll basically be laying under the floor and try to grab someone with her talon from below, and then basically pop up and be like, I got you. And then drag them under, and then just the end of the animation will be the player model corpse just, well, it's pretty much a corpse until, I don't know, it just comes up limp and then just will sag against the wall or something, and then poof. And yep, and it also gives some lore on Chica. Me after hearing animation, mine. Listed up a C. Which one to zoom? I do know how to zoom delta. It's just it doesn't work when you're broadcasting. It works when you're recording a video, but not when you're broadcasting. There. I have yawned. Pardon me. Then after Chica, there's Golden Freddy, which was although not the last model, since I made him right after I made Freddy, I thought it was better to have that show last, because, come on, main cast already running through, yada yada. So this is the main text of the recap of the lore encountered, like before the prologue for the prologue, the prologue, I don't freaking know. And it's revealing sort of like a boss fight, but if you can see in the image, instead of the outside, it's the inside looking out. So it's supposed to be like a picture from my view and Mallory's, as everyone knows, is the ally. And yes, that I am the character giving these calls. So it's supposed to be like there's a door. Hold on, right? It's supposed to be like there's a door right here that leads into this main area right here. And that door is where we're standing, looking at Golden Freddy, standing there looking at this. And, okay, I guess since there's confusion, I will spend approximately 2 seconds explaining succubi and incubi. They're basically demons that do their opposite gender in their sleep. That's basically what it is. And I will just say an incubus is a male one, and a succubus is a female one. There you go. There's your mythos fact of the day. I don't know. And then there. And then finally, to represent that the models are done, all the hard work that I put into it is paying off, and the gallery is able to get started, I made this cherry image of it being a sunrise, the logo being there. I'm strutting out, and Mallory is just walking out looking at me like, what are you doing? And yes, that's Mallory the Dove, everybody. I found it fitting to make a new animatronic that would actually serve as an ally. And there she is. And if you can see the resemblance, she and Chica are both birds. Chica's a chicken, she's a dove. That's why I reused the leg asset, so I didn't have to experience pain. And here's the text, which is basically, hey, guess what? We survived. And now we have dialogue brackets to show, hey, look who's talking. And I did a funny joke of it's like, I mean, we are in rec room, and then Chica's like, what's a rec room? As the final, yeah. Yeah, there it is. And then this is the update animation now that the prologue of announcements is done, and then, yeah, there you go. So there's the verbal thing on the purple hat and a golden fairy reference to that retro. I can't spoil everything. I have to confirm that I already had ideas for Fredbear because it was brought up in an earlier stream, but I can't spoil everything. There has to be something to be desired, you know? I promise you, I do have plans for Fredbear. I promise you that. Meow. And now I don't suppose I will go to the, where is it? Models 1. Innocent of Rockets, I think it was 10. I think it was 9 or 10. I'm pretty sure it was 9 or 10 too. I'll also have to spiffy up the bottom left text so it actually says something. But when I get further in the development, I'll make sure to do that. Springtrap, hello, welcome to the chat. It'll be fun. I also have a playlist for this. It's Rec Room, the making of FNAF Lost Domains. My menu didn't menu. Okay. By the way, I have the music. And I have this here because it will save me a lot of time in making future models if I just already have a base to start off. I will probably do one for hands too, because that also tends to get annoying when you flip it and the axis gets screwed up. Anyway, I also only, Ghost Mallory is probably not gonna be an important thing. I just saved it like that because when I was updating her model for like the 500th time, removing her legs to slide and scale Chica's on, since they're the same, just scaled, and Chica's was already updated. Yeah. I will be getting a ukulele movie, apologies. Anyway. Might as well start with a start and grab Bonnie. Come here. Hello, welcome to the land of the living, Bonnie. Anyways. So the first model I made was this fine fellow. You bound up. Damn, he leaning. Damn, he leaning for re. Okay. There we go. Anyways, here's Bonnie. His direct inspiration is from Withered Bonnie, and if you want to get intense, Ignited Bonnie. Both, well, not ignited, but withered taken to the extreme, and these wires being big enough to actually play a part in one of his kill animations, and even the claw, which everything on the claw is a separate joint too. And the thing with Bonnie is I'll be playing another sound over the walking sound for that, which will be scraping on the floor as he walks. And yeah, and Bonnie can also hide, so he could get in somehow. He could get into a locker, wait there for a bit, and then if a player opens that locker, they will be met with this very angry purple bunny. Stay hydrated. Okay. Next, whoops. So that was Bonnie. Next up is Freddy. So Freddy's direct visual, whoopsie, okay, hold on. Alright. At least my intention, anyway, Freddy's direct visual basis was, there we go, was the Five Nights at Freddy's Plus version of Freddy, and with his pose in the announcement, Phantom Freddy. So, for him, he just looks, I have made the joke that he is Swole Freddy a few times off camera now, and Swole Freddy here is basically, he's basically the yin to Bonnie's yang. He can do things Bonnie can't, and Bonnie can do things he can't. Like dupe and Roblox, those basically dupe, but not dupe, because it's not going to another level. But it pretty much is. It has the same effect. So, the Five Nights at Freddy's Plus version of Freddy is where I'm getting the inspo from. And yes, I know there's this little lip on the back here, but, you know, so far it's just caught my eye. Like it's a little chink that just makes me want to fix it, but unless it's really annoying, I don't think I need to. Freddy emphasizes the Ed part. Yo, he is literally Frederick. Anyway. So next up, that's Scrapped Freddy. Next up is Golden Freddy. Okay, now to rant about this really quick. Recolor Freddy. Yeah. Now to rant about Golden Freddy for a moment. In most of the media, including Joy of Creation, although Joy of Creation Gold Freddy does different things, Golden Freddy is typically just a copy-paste of regular Freddy with the black eyes, the yellow color, and he just is more ghostly and creepy. And yeah, that's about it. And then you got the gimmick in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 if he appears to appear and start fading, and you have to essentially look away by using the mask or the camera before he's gone, otherwise he kills you. The mask I don't know, but I know the camera. Anyways, I wanted to go one step beyond and actually give Golden Freddy something unique that isn't just a recolor that has the ghostly effect of look away. So, visually, you can already see this arm actually has the hand instead of the unique item. The opposite leg has the mascot suit still on. His lower right arm has the suit on. His bottom jaw is gone, in a reference to the ignited Golden Freddy. The eyes are obviously different with one ring each, and the weapon is this, a fire axe, which will play into Golden Freddy's map, or maps, depending on, you know, where they are. I keep pressing this, I swear to God. And then next up is Foxy, which has been a frequent debate because of the hook size, but it needs to be seen in motion for it to be believable. So here he is. Here's the boy. It's Foxy. Springtrap. Oh, come on. That's so true. Springtrap. Damn it! Anyway. So here is Foxy, who I've actually taken main visual inspo from Nightmare Foxy. And a thing about his jaw is that, or at least the mask version, I planned in the animations to make it look like his jaw is almost broken, so it'll look open wider. Hook scrape on the ground. That is exactly what's gonna happen, Mr. Retro. His walking animation is going to have the hook be dragging behind him, and the running animation is going to have him yank the hook up, and he'll run with the hook, kind of like when you run with a hammer. That's huge. The sledgehammer, those are big. So if you're running with a sledgehammer, how you hold it with two hands, imagine that, but you're just holding it with one hand, letting it just go behind you. That's pretty much what that's gonna be like. And one of his kill animations is gonna be a grab and goodbye frontal lobe. And then another kill animation is going to be him basically pulling a scorpion and saying get over here with his hook. Which, when he gets a player in the kill animation, the player's model will get tired and they'll just kind of turn around. He'll fling the hook out behind them, rip the hook back, and that's what nails the player. Oh boy. Oh, stream. Okay. That's what nails the player's model in the chest, and it actually like impales him, and then he rips him forward, takes him off the hook, and there's Foxy. Okay. I'm gonna bring this back up so I can showcase this. Every single link in that chain is a separate object. I'm gonna bring this back up so I can showcase this. Every single link in that chain is a separate object. So every single link, that's the wall, link is a separate object. Yeah, it sounds like hell to animate, but it's not going to be. You gotta be kidding me! most emotionally driven chat message I've ever seen. Oof. Okay. The flame in my heart. Anyway. Wait for it, okay. This one is Scrap Chica, who is unintentionally goddamn huge. And also the Maker Pen sandbox room isn't this small. Whoops. Yeah. Let me just say, unintentionally massive. When I was making Chica, I had the idea of giving use to the ambush points. Her main thing is rarely going to be seen on the actual map, and she'll just pop out of an ambush point at you. But in my mind, I was like, it's not going to be very scary to see this scrawny little thing waltz around like a little stick man and then hurl itself at you. I thought I'd take inspiration from some of the bigger birds on the planet, like an albatross or an ostrich or something that has more muscle in the talons and legs, and I would make the legs look more muscular, shall I say. So that would also help her size, and it would actually, I'd still be able to use the same or a similar walking sound. But at the end of it, when I stepped back and looked, I was like, holy shit, that's a big chicken. So now some of her ambush animations are going to be, like I mentioned earlier, laying down under the floor to actually make use of the talons and try to grab somebody, or to grab from below, or to be able to pull herself up from an ambush. And yeah. Also, by the way, her kill animations are going to be brutal. Not because there's going to be any like blood or nothing. I'm not a psychopath. But just because of how her kills are gonna look. For one of them, it's basically SCP-173. Your neck gets rotated and you die. Put it that way. Which is... whoop. Boop. Boop. There we go. Which is what happened to this poor sap here. So, the neck rotate animation is what happened to this poor soul. Yeah. He dead. He dead. He deader than dead. Oh, and do you want some bullshit? So, watch this. So you see how, for each of the fingers, it's along the axis, right? Earlier, when it's not the first problem I had with Chica and Mallory, but... so you see how that's straight, and you see how this is straight. I shit you not. The first time I did her hand, I cloned and flipped it, and then I just rotated it and then put it here. What I didn't know is that it did not mirror the axis. So I was rotating, like the axis would be straight up and down, like the base of her foot here. The axis would be straight like this, but then the finger would look bent like this. it would have that angle on a flat axis or the other way around. So I had to fix that. And then same with Mallory, for each of these, the spikes on the end of the talons, I had to fix the spikes at least like 5 goddamn times. Because the spikes were going out the edge of the orange circle a little bit, and then I had to fix it for Mallory as well. And then I also had to fix the two linking joints right here, because they weren't on the right axis either. So that was a pain. And then that was really it. That's all the problems I had with Chica. Boop, 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 blip. And then for Mallory, she is a lot more fun-sized. And you'll see what I mean. Although you saw in the... Alright, the A pose. She's a lot more fun-sized. You saw it in the announcement thing, and here she is. And if you couldn't tell, I reused Chica's legs because I originally reused them, and they're both birds, and I said, I am not going to redesign an entirely new aspect. She's a bird. Try me. And funny enough, because Mallory's talons also were being a pain in the arse, I had to spawn in a Chica model, just delete everything except for the legs, move it, shrink it, done. Yeah, and I used the same legs anyway, so what was the point? I literally edited the Chica model. You can see it in the head. I edited the Chica model to not have a visible mouth and change the eyes and change the back here and all that. And the additional parts on the wings, this, and the head. That's likely what made it cost more ink. Anyways, her hands also were giving me trouble. The same exact problem I had with Chica's hands, how they were off axis, the fingers. I had that exact problem, but this time I had a full set of digits that were being pains, so I had to redo that. And yeah, it was, needless to say, not fun. And besides, look, she is the shortest. Had to yawn, I'm sorry. So thankfully, actually it's really funny, both of the birds are the tallest and shortest animatronics respectively. How funny. And because the player model was also practically hidden, there we go. Wait for it, blip. The most unbasically basic model I could make. Arms, the legs, the body is three joints, and then the head. And that's about the same size as a Rec Room person. Also, hello, Wabox, how are you? Player model is about the same. No. There. Anyway. There you go. There you have it. Oh, wait. And actually, while I was making the update for Mallory, when I swapped Chica's legs, I removed Mallory's first, because those are the ones that I was trying to replace anyway. And when I moved what would be the tail down, I saw it from like this angle, and I was like, That's just a ghost. So, an inside joke now is that this is Ghost Mallory. The exact same thing without legs. Yeah. And then there's the recharge station, which I don't really have to place because you can see it here. The green bar would be an animation part where it shows the flashlight charging, and the orange bar on the bottom is the cooldown of the recharge. So the cooldown would last 30 seconds to a minute since there's multiple recharges. But it would encourage you that when your light dies to actually wander around and not stay in one place. And the what am I trying to think of? And the little bars on the side are like a completion thing. Which the orange bar is the cooldown, and the green one is the charge. Obviously green good, red bad, so that shows cooldown goes left to right. It goes from red, yellow, green, and then, you know, red, yellow, green with the green one. And then for for the locker, this one I actually can spawn and show, because the thing about the locker is it'll have an animation when you want to hide. So when you hide, you'll have a spot where it teleports you to a seat, and there's a player model here, and the player model will open the doors, hop in, close the doors, and then you'll be seated back in through here while the player model goes under the map, and then you'll be able to look out. Then when you want to get out, you just have to do the same thing where the player model, where it likely will just teleport you in and out of the locker at first. Yeah, for the sake of simplicity, the hiding spots will eventually have the player model animations where, you know, it sets the seat back, the player model opens it and jumps in and then closes it. But at first it'll be just you teleport to get in here. That way I'll be able to get the games running just that much sooner. And it'll also be a bit more helpful in the PvP version of each mode, because in the player versus player, someone will be in whatever costume and they'll be looking for people, and their unique weapon or something will be what they just have to like swing at somebody to tag them out. And I'll probably have a jump scare animation on loop or something in the map. Well, yeah, I'll probably do that. So that way the models would only have to have one real animation and one real... Yep. The player versus player ones are going to be easier to make, I'll put it that way. And then that's about it, other than the costume. Just for the hell of it, I made a costume for the full player model. I don't know why, it was just really easy, so I threw it on there. Ta-da! There you go. There's the player model. Can't really say much else. Player model does whatever it does. The animations will be actually really fun to make because most of all the jump scares are gonna include the player model in them. So in every gallery room on top of the animatronics, there's I love seeing the speech bubble while he's just running. Anyway, it's basic. Long story short, it's gonna be really fun to see how this comes out. That's it. It's gonna be really fun. It's basic. Long story short, it's gonna be really fun. And yeah. Oh well. And pow. Pow. Oh, and there's some of the color power parkour stuff. Model for Lily and I. Game Master thing. I remember saving that. Oh, here we go. I might as well show off something else. I still haven't gotten rid of that axolotl thing. Damn it. This is what. So I've made, over the years, I've made 3 total shockwaves. This one, if it'll load, with different colored weaponry and all. This is the first one I ever made. And for this being the first ever costume I made, I would say it's pretty damn good. And it looks nice. Looks nice, looks smooth, and the battery pack is there. And it has the different guns. Yeah. Yes, I know, Aaron. Then I called it the deluxe class gun, because this would be the signature thing. Just because. There you go. And then I made the Voyager class, which is 2 versions. You can guess which one's which. So this is the main one that I would probably use if I were somewhere. You can tell it's much better quality, it's a lot more smooth, because I had a lot more experience by this time. And yeah, it came out relatively alright. To this day, I am proud of his head being really nice. And then here, I added Le Canon. Because yes, Shockwave needs a cannon. You can see the person's hand through it. Okay. Well, when you do it like this, you're good. There you go. Never knew you wanted to see Shockwave dance. Pew pew. I don't know. I got nothing. But there he is. Jazz hands. And flexing some of... Not flexing. Flexing... What's the other word? Showcase. Why not? That's a better word, because I am not an asshole. I promise. Dance to your dad. I got sprayed by a skunk. Oof. And I did make a costume for Jazz. That was a deluxe. Skedaddle skedoodle. Again, I was fairly new at this point, but it came out pretty freaking good, not gonna lie. Yeah. I didn't look on the statistics of these. I imagine they'd be really good. But what do we got for him? Oh. Oh, I see. And then oh, hold on. And then this is just cute. So I've made costumes for every Sonic Colors Wisp for the Color Power Parkour map. And look how cute it came out. You can't tell me this isn't adorable. Freaking adorable. So, boop. And some of these are not published, but the Halloween. Here it is. This is every Wisp in at least colors. The Lost World ones are done. Okay. Oh god, it was good. Oh god. Let me just grab the Lost World ones. What? Oh. Wrong way. That's the wrong slash. There you go. I see that I received the cheer. Thank you. Oh, and as you can see, there are two versions of the bomb costume. My cat just sneezed. God bless you, Beef. Come on, come on! There we go. Nope. No. Alright, I'm gonna have to start claiming these shears. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am missing one. I am missing a Lost World one. Shit. Time to look through them all. The Quake, there it is. Okay, now time to flex these because I've forgotten about them. I also have a Yacker costume that comes with the White Wisp if you get it on its own. There he is, look at him, it's the boy. Then the spikes. Look at it. It's very upset with the world. Then one of my favorites, the red burst. Jazz hands. Then the rocket. Which is the only one that can do this. Alongside hover. It's the only one that can do it at least smooth. Then the drill. This one was the hardest to make because I didn't know how to use the tubes. And its head wound up like this. Also, I guess the drill can do it too. And boom. Here's the Jade Ghost, one of my favorites because it's a ghost. I love it so much. Then Hover, who also can do the little thing. Little green boy. Ah! Okay, thank you. Whoop. Then laser! Whoop, it exists! It's also one of my favorites. I just love the wisps. I wish Sega wouldn't milk them so much. The cube! The little blue boy. Punch. There you go. A thing. Then Frenzy. It didn't come out bad. It actually came out really well. This is when I started learning how to use tubes. When I completely didn't touch tubes for like another 2 years. And then Void. Another one of my genuine favorites. He's here. He's the boy. Now on to Lost World, we have the Eagle. It didn't come out as horrible as I thought it would. It actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. Huzzah! Oh, right. Yes! And then the two versions of the Black Bomb. One is the bomb. And another one is the Angie Bomb, who is about to explode. Then the Quake. This one also came out way better than I thought it would, and it looks adorable. Swiggity, 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 swiggity. Then for the asteroid, it actually has a ring. How cute is that? Swiggity, 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 swiggity. Then the magenta has two versions. It has this lovely version, which is the normal one. You guys ain't ready for this. He has a little headphone version. Magenta Rhythm can vibe out. Rhythm gaming. Anyway. And then finally Ivory. Which also did not come out as trash as I thought it would. It looks very nice. I can do the swirly thing with all of them. I can do the swirly one with all of them, but you know, and yeah, There's the Jade Ghost. There's the spikes. There's the burst. There's the rocket. Alright, with the white boost, I might as well show you the one that has Yacker too. It's the only difference. If it has a swirl, it's Yacker. Ta-da. We finally got our boy M. What? No! Starbucks, no, leave me alone. You'll never take me alive. There we go. Ah yes, the air is becoming sniffable. I need to scroll back up. Here it is. So last Halloween, I had to yawn, pardon me. So last Halloween, I made these. Every wisp has a costume. And they're actually, holy Christ, they're bigger than I thought. And each costume has the glowing sign of the wisp. So the white boost has a little witch outfit. Particularly referencing the Minecraft ones with the purple and green. Spikes has the only logical thing, Sonic, and he hates his life. I love how this came out actually, it looks really funny. Then of course the wisp that uses fire is a firefighter. Because he's a wholesome boy. And also, if you can see it, it had the burst on the top. Then Rocket is an astronaut. Oh, hello, you're here. Rocket has the sign on the front and the back. Then Drill, Neon, he's stealth mode. And then exclusive to the Halloween pack, it's the actually glowing version of the Jade Ghost. Hee hee. You will be magicked. Then Hover is an alien, a very adorable one. I gave the Cyan Laser the best fedora I could make at the time, and he's the Invisible Man. Deal with it. Deal with it, you're getting faked out. Oh, what's up? Cube is a mummy. It's the best thing I could think of. He's a spooky boy. He also kind of looks like, I forget his name, from Sonic X. One of Eggman's goons. Frenzy is particularly a Plants vs. Zombies zombie. Brown coat. I wanted to make the joke like if it spray painted itself. That's why there's purple on the top of the ear things. Like it just flopped around in gray paint and then called it good. And then Void is a vampire. I did the cloak and all. Spooky boyo. It looks even better when it's on somebody else, dude. And I actually have had a... I wouldn't make it in Rec Room. I would probably make it in Unity or something, but I've thought of making a game where instead of the wisps are being just milked for profit and oh, cute little aliens, I've actually thought about a game that you entirely spend playing as them, where they have different light combos and then different abilities, and you can have a team of them in different missions and cool stuff, called the Great Wisp Escape. Yes, that's my idea. You heard it here first. I think I made it. I think I mentioned it in a video with Gummy a while back. No, we weren't recording. Either way, I actually still have all of the concepts down. And I have actually contemplated making videos for every Wisp's ability, since I actually created like 7 new Wisps. Particularly for the project. Yeah. Cool stuff. And aside from the models you saw, like the one I did a task manager, actually I did 2 versions, one with the flail thing and then one without. Oh, that was my leg popping. Yeah, that's about it. And I guess, considering that now I know I hardly have any connection or service at the farm, the weekends are gonna be likely spent developing this, and anything else will be likely anything but, since I guess the service I get there isn't able to handle Rec Room or streaming or Rec Room streams. And since I got the majority of the models done, I think this actually came out really good, and I think we are all setty spaghetti. I can spawn one of these though. Oh, and the Empress of Light, right? I did a model for her. For the map Into the Jump Mare, I did for Orbita, Cosmic, DJ Lo-Fi, and Radio Wave. I did them already too. And then the drill interact thing here and some of the interact wisps are for Color Power Parkour. Yep. And then this is a jump mare rift that'll take you into the jump mare, and then these are like boost panels in the ramps. Ramp. Panel. And the best I could find was a Minecraft wither noise that ended up working relatively well. What the frick? Okay. It selected the boost panel. Why did it do that? There he goes, chat. He's gone. He's on a mission. He has his own destiny to fulfill. I'm gonna put these here so you can just see how well they work. So the boost panel sends you about that far. And if you do it right, it actually launches you pretty well. And then you could be an absolute mad lad And do the trigger volume. You could be a mad lad. And do you could be a mad lad and do this. Away. But wait, there's more. If you wanted to be even crazier, vámonos. I'm gone. Oh shit. I went off the goddamn map, dude. Color's starting to form. I hope that he didn't use that, because he would have to rejoin if he did. But wait, there's more. Yeah! Chat, down we go. Okay, I'm not gonna actually fall to my doom here. Yep. So, whoops. So, for the... What am I trying to think? What word am I trying to word? Oh. So now that this intermission stream is a thing, phase 2 gallery working, at least for Bonnie or something. So so that way there's at least something to look at in the lobby. And yeah, that's about it. An overall assessment of my progress, I would say that I have done at least incredibly well for my standards of being relatively new to highly detailed models, and overall a project this crazy is just in general a big improvement. And I'm really excited to keep... Oh, there it is. I'm very excited to keep going. Whoop, I'm sorry. And boop. Okay. I am also looking forward mainly to some of the jump scare animations and voice lines. I never brought up voice lines. I am going to be voicing Chica and Mallory, at the very least, because I really do not have any girlfriends that... I really don't have any, and besides I've voiced female characters before, so wouldn't be really that much of a problem, plus the effects would make it better. Now in terms of Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, and Gold Freddy, and the announcers for the game modes, like hide and seek or 5 players remaining or something like that, just to get a grip. I will be talking to some of my friends, seeing what they want to do, if they want to do anything, and if so, great. If not, great, I can do it myself as well. But all in all, there you go. There's the intermission stream. I'm gonna remove the guns, then save the room again, because now there's no guns. And for the friend request retro, I did accept it earlier if you saw, because I actually remembered that you sent one. Okay, there we go. That's the stream. And it's 4 minutes of 2:30 in the morning, so I'm going to get some shut-eye now and maybe plug away at another project that's an RP server story thing that I might reveal if it gets enough hype. And yeah, that's about all I got. Likewise, yes sir. Likewise on the flip side. Sleep deprivation's kicking in. And feel free to comment on this video suggestions for game modes, which I'm going to tell you right now. I have complete all the tasks and hide and seek, which is basically just survive without being killed for long enough. And those are the only two as of right now, but I've thought about this one, by the way. If somebody wants like a parts and service mode or something, I want you guys to comment suggestions when this stream turns into a video, because I'd be more apt to listen to those. And other than that, I don't have much to say. Just excited to work on this project more. And I think the pacing of not being able to do it during the week and doing it during the weekends will not only keep me busy for a long time, but it'll even give me the opportunity to focus on other projects during the week and even just downtime with my buddies. So, yep, that's about all I got. Now that I've ranted about it for another 5 minutes, so I'm just trying to think if there's anything really important I should point out. Oh, the Discord server, right. I will possibly be making a Five Nights at Freddy's Lost Remains Discord server. It is very possible that it could happen. And if you guys are interested, just comment that too. I don't know. just comment that too. That's all I got. I think I'm out of topics now. For Springtrap, right? I remember. Springtrap is also going to have a map of his own. Okay, what else? I'm trying to think. Oh my god, I'm trying to think of things. I guess I got nothing. Well, the last thing about the pre-game gallery and the main menu, as you've seen in the subroom things, I am just gonna work on that off camera, only for the reason that I might be able to spend some time with my friends tomorrow ahead of time in the week. But it's basically just gonna be black rooms with the FNAF style floor, and whatever beacon you go into will take you to different game modes, the extras menu, the, like, I don't know, the credits, that stuff. So that also wouldn't be that much. I can't speak now. My English is starting to fade. I gotta wrap this up. The fact that it's just gonna be cubes with beacons and trigger volumes and respawns is really not gonna be that interesting. So there's no need. But I think when I start animating for like Bonnie and stuff, I feel like that might be really cool to actually catch the process of. Especially making the gallery rooms, because each animatronic is going to have their own sub-room. Seeing as Mallory and Chica combined make over 50%, and same goes for the other 4, so, yep. And yeah, I think that's it. If I immediately think of something also important after I end the video, stream, whatever it is, then I will likely try to remember it, and it won't be important if I forget it. So, yep. Have a good night, have a good morning, whichever time zone you're in, I have no idea. And I'll see you guys in the next